her own hometown in the city of Kurashiki, a small suburb called, not suburb, it's bigger than suburb, I can say, a group of suburbs, which is Mabi, where I visited recently. And it was also flooded quite extensively. A lot of people lost their lives, houses were flooded, damaged. Her parents' house was just like at the border of the flooded houses and non-flooded houses. So her parents' house was safe, but I'm told that their house remains safe because it was flooded 100 years ago when there was a massive flood in that area at that time, and that lessons learned, they moved their house a little upwards. And her house became a center of activity for various things, and probably she will talk briefly about it. And please bear with her, she will speak slow and simple English, although I have seen her working in the community, and her enthusiasm, passion, taking her 6-month-old baby, and also driving the car, taking us to different places, in making us speaking with local organizations, community-based organizations, aging population people, child care centers, and all that is just amazing. Her passion and energy and enthusiasm is very inspiring. But as in Japan, what I learned is unless you are 200% perfect, you are very shy of speaking. So she may bring that cultural nuances with her. But please feel free to speak without any hesitation, Professor Shambara, and I will invite you to speak. Thank you.
Can you download my PowerPoint?
Yes, I will download your PowerPoint. It'll just take a minute.
Do you know the Lake SunTrust community design? Have you heard about it?
I do know that. I drive past it every day.
Yeah, I'm a volunteer. I'm a member of the committee. This institute
So I was not able to download her slides before, so I'm downloading it now.
Yeah, please.
Thank you.
If you don't mind, should what you telephone number, or I can find you. Are you in the current company to the UK? Oh yeah, you will hear from me. Okay. That's great. So this is part of CDP.
And that's a few of our students ask that question, is where is the volunteering located? Because they have cars or transport, so being walking distance is perfect.
They are covered by city insurance.
Yeah, perfect. That sounds great.
You know, we're active in festivals, but with our people. We do inspiration, we want to draw plans, workflows. We have a program for people with different.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Sakiko Kambara from Kobe City College of Nursing. Today I am a nurse and I am a professor of nursing school. But I learned from many things about volunteerism. My parents at the time of 2018. So I'd like to talk briefly about my experience with my parents. This is my work experience. Actually, I work for DRR and nursing and care. And as Professor Rajiv Shah already mentioned about compassion, first approach of nursing is compassion and communication and caring. But I realized as a survivor, what kind of compassion and mutual assistance is required. And this is very paradigm change in my mind, so I'd like to share about that. Actually, we have a definition of disaster nursing, not emerging nursing or kind of nursing, but basic nurse. As a basic nurse, we do anyway work systematically, flexible work of knowledge and skill is needed to disaster nursing. And develop the activity to minimize the damage of life and health caused by disaster in cooperation with other disciplines. That's very important. By the way, this is Japan and Okayama here, and backstories are mainly heavy rain occurred in 2018, and this is my hometown. So many river damaged. This is many locations at the time. So, and this is my hometown. And here, this is the timeline my father wrote. And this is one of my friend. She is mayor of another city of our town. And I realized, oh, my hometown damaged at the time. I realized by SNS of my friend. Like this. And I went to the shelter. But I couldn't understand how many people and some of I found out my friend over there, but I couldn't understand because very dark. So, but I just estimate maybe many elder people there were there. I thought because this is the town population pyramid like this, and very elderly population in Japan, and even especially for rural area, because of the very rural area. And this is hazard map of my town. This is Kurashiki City opened this map in 2017, just one before the flood. And I didn't know, I have never seen this map, but we knew, and this is also, this is flood-prone area. So my mother asked her friend, please come to my home, because maybe this is the picture, photo, and our estimation. Yeah, after a flood, we calculate. Yeah. Anyway, the number of shortage. So, and the day after it damaged, we realized, our house isolated. I realized by Google Map because no color here. Yes, and I realized, this is we damaged, and yeah, this is actual number of the damage, like this. Because here it was downtown, so many hospital and pharmacy, all pharmacy, all hospital and drugstore, supermarket, everywhere, every shop were in downtown here. And this is elementary school evacuation center, and this is also elementary school I went. And my house here, between shelter and shelter. Yes, this is a photo in front of my house, and this is also damaged photo in front of nearby my house. So many, this photo is my mother's and father's friend house. And anyway, my mother told their friend, anyway, please come to my house, she said, using line. And many her friends came to my house, my parents' house. And also many of people evacuate in the shrine. And just after that heavy rain, very hot, and we scared heat shock. And I know, and this is my research matrix about healthcare, because I'm professor of the DRR and nursing. So I have this kind of matrix, I didn't know. And I realized, I also know this is a slow onset health emergency, I expect. So estimate. So anyway, I go to evacuation center, but no one there, because everyone go out for help and support everywhere, and go out because very hot, and only elder people stay there. But so we cannot calculate how many people there at the time. But usually, as I responder, I went to the evacuation center of another another disaster. I have never met the survivor at the night, but because I was there, so I went to evacuation center at night. In the night, I realized so many people injured in the night, and that their illness become worse and worse. So I called my friend nurse, mini nurse, and anyway do and keep their hygiene and care. And on the other hand, my mother opened the well, and because of water outage, and she opened her house and well and give my parents close to the survivors. And because of media focus my home because becomes a shelter and our work, so many people came to my house. So I have to manage this kind of volunteer, and this is not an official kind of official volunteer, but he's my parents' friend, my friend, and my research friend and colleague, something. Everyone came to my house, and we have to, and my father have to manage, and for this kind of facility and stuff. And also, my mother, not my mother, my grandmother, my mother, over 19 years old, opened the nursery and care my kids and my parents' friends, grandson and granddaughter, and 2 weeks, but everyone need nursery because no nursery are open, so there. So and actually the massage is not for formal medication, so they cannot enter the designated evacuation center. So we invite the massage from the outside and ask them to do the massage here. And as Professor Social mentioned about that, they can talk and consultation and care and informal. And we have in my house many this kind of stock of medication and drugs. So we take my mother open, and I call my friend, nurse friend, and dispatch to prevent the heat attack. You distribute the ice and many. You frozen the ice and anyway, I asked them to have a break between voluntary work and work. Yes, and so then I realized so many bottlenecks for operation informally, and so I work. I hid my name as a professor and researcher, and anyway, I'm citizen of Mabi town, so I do that something. And, yeah, in other hand, many structured NPO, NGO, and medical teams there in Japan. Yeah, I know, of course I know. But I know, so I share them. I share the information with them. And then collaborate with Professor Cho. And he is also chair of CWS NPO. We realized, because many information there, so, and many private information there, very important. So anyway, I try to make this logbook. Anyway, please keep your information and data, medical data, by yourself and open after when you go to a hospital. And many of people don't know about what kind of illness occur after the disaster. So I asked I make the reminder what kind of illness will come at the just after the disaster, or 2 months, 2 weeks mental health, 1 month maybe pressure, something like that. And then anyway, recording is very important after the disaster. And we after that, after 2 years, I collect and visualize the data, what kind of what kind of risk and what kind of damage they have, and this is qualitative research, and make the what risks, what kind of problem they occur, and how to care. Yes, and yeah, formally in the designed shelter like this, and become better and better, but and made much information. So I will also collaborate with Civic Tech, to visualize. Yeah, I knew what kind of health problem in shelter or a designed shelter or hospital. I knew, but I had knew. But in community, I had realized how difficult, how we grasp the data. So I try to make the using the open student map, and in a way distribute to survivor to understand where is the toilet, bath, and facility, something. So that survivor can do self-care, not need assistance, but I want to ask I want to do the survivor to do self-care. So I make this kind of map where it's toilet and bath, something like that. So in conclusion, I know I developed so many knowledge in first aid, mental health care before so far. But I realized anyway for this risk reduction, and anyway this kind of evacuate from hazard and protect their health and how to develop their environment. Only these 3 points is important, and so how nurse or how people can self-care or mental care is very important, rather than how to help them. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Kambara. This is certainly very. Her presentation has a lot of details, and she mentioned about the OpenStreetMap, where survivors can use and also tag what facilities are available, what is lacking, and all that. Plus, also she mentioned how her parents' house especially became the area of different kind of activities coordination. And you might have remember the photos of different small babies. So I visited her house, and it's a very traditional 125-year-old traditional Japanese house, where there's a big, large room upstairs, which is like childcare, which became childcare at that time, and another room became more of a elderly care room. Her parents' shop became a bit of a massage and mental health consultation center informally, and a lot of these things. And I was touched by the community spirit, very informal but very strong social capital, which she is part of. Thank you very much, Professor Kambara. I would like to apologize for poorly managing the time. I know we should have finished the presentation, the workshop now, but if you kindly allow